What is up, disc golf fans? We are back with some more coverage for you. My name is Gabriel Dow, and I'm here with Bobby Cox.
How's it going, everyone?
This round, we are at the 41st Annual Norman ProAm, brought to you by Sooner Disc Golf and Noble Hardware, driven by Innova Disc Golf as well. We've got on the card today Alec Savage coming off of a advanced win last weekend, a AM weekend. So he gets a spot on the feature card here. We got Coda Hatfield, Nick Fowble, and Billy Engel as well. So
awesome card.
Bunch of Oklahomies.
Yeah, Coda's going for his 11th win here, so it's going to be an exciting round.
Yeah, he has 10 wins here at the Norman Pro-Am.
That's a lot.
Out of 41, he's got 10 of those.
That's a nice percentage, yeah.
Yeah, that's real nice. Hole 1, this is a par 3, 325 feet. There is an initial gap off the tee that you need to hit, which is the hardest part. But once you clear that, you really just want something that flips up flat and rides the right side, or the left side of those trees on the right. But it looks like Alex has found one of those trees on the right.
Yeah, and it was really gusty today too, so you don't really know exactly what that wind's doing out in the open. It can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah. Here we got Coda Hatfield.
I believe that's his Explorer.
Oh yeah, he loves that thing. And that's a good shot. He's going to be almost pin high there.
Yeah, and this is a pretty easy hole, but it makes it a little more difficult. That's the starting hole, you know. First throw of the day, got a little bit of nerves going, so.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can nab the birdie here, you're starting off nice.
Nick, we got lefty on the card, throwing a little turnover shot.
And he's come up pretty short there, but he'll have a putt.
Here we got our tournament director, Billy Engel.
And last time we filmed Billy was down in Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
He had some putting woes, but that happens to everybody.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good up from Billy. He'll be able to tap in for 3. This is going to be Alex for the 2. Just a little bit low. He'll be on the rocks there. And Coda just a little bit right as well. He was a lot shorter than I thought.
Yeah, for how much flooding Oklahoma got, this course actually held up pretty well, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there are definitely some wet spots, but, I mean, we've been downpours left and right.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like for like the last 2-3 weeks, so.
Yeah. Coda makes good for the par there. I believe we'll have everyone else following suit.
This course is kind of crazy because it's like right in the middle of a neighborhood, and like if you're in the middle of the course, you would never think that you're surrounded by a ton of houses.
Literally.
Like, it seems like
you're in a subdivision. You're just like, what?
Yeah.
It's really cool, actually. Hole 2, this is a par 3, 327 feet. The basket's tucked down here past this, the grass here. Most of these guys are really just going to be throwing a hyzer over the trees on the right side and have it crash either up on the top of this hill or try and crash into the top of the trees above the basket and trickle down.
Yeah, the whole play is for the low straight shot in between those trees, but if you have the power, why not just take the big hyzer over the trees? So
yeah. And
it's definitely the right play.
Alex is going to be in a tricky spot. I don't think he'll have a 2 there. He's just got too much in the way. And he'll just be pitching out first 3. Coda looks like he's throwing that one a little bit too wide. And he's going to be on the left side of the trees there. Hopefully he has a line.
And Nick's just kind of forced to take that middle gap.
Yeah, throwing the lefty line.
And that's the common thing, is coming up short because it's so hard to get that height, right, to cruise it all the way there. So.
Yeah. And
Ooh.
Billy with a money shot. He will be dropping in the 2 there. Coda giving it a nice little run from the right side of the trees there. And Nick just a little bit low. Yeah, and as you can see, Alex was not... I mean, it's so muddy there, too. It's just slippery. You've got vines in your face.
Yeah, the rough on this course is very brutal.
Yeah. Definitely want to stay in the fairway here at Northeast Lions. Don't know if I actually mentioned the fact
course
that we're at Northeast.
Yeah, we're at
Lions.
Northeast
Lions, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, if you're in the Norman area, definitely a course to check out.
Oh yeah.
And this is on the championship layout. It's not usually like this, so you won't be struggling like most of these guys.
Yeah. shout out to d-mart for sponsoring the video there. You can see they had a little promo, and yeah, we appreciate them for helping us get out here.
Yeah, if you guys are over there in OKC area, it's really good disc golf store. They got a lot of options in there.
Oh yeah. Hole 3, this is a par 4 360-foot hole. I mean, really, you just want to try and get right here where the mulch is, because the 2's not really in play. There's just so much in the way, and you have the triple mando off the tee. You can't quite see it here, but there is there's some wood posts on the left and right side, and then there's a metal beam across the top there. So it takes the thumber and the tomahawk out of play. Most of these guys are going to be throwing what Alex did here, just a forehand, trying to get up there and have a long putt for 2, or just pitch up for 3.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's a par 4, it's a pretty true par 4, because if you're not in this fairway, it's very difficult to get up and down. And then if you have a fantastic drive, it's almost impossible getting up top, kind of like where Alex is, but he didn't quite get the height on it. So where Alex is really as good as it can get.
Yeah, and Nick has thrown a really nice shot. Oh,
yeah.
And just barely catches that branch on the left side of that tree. But he'll still be in position for the birdie. And Billy just threw that one too low. That's definitely a mistake you can't make, especially today, because there's so much mud up here by the green, despite the mulch, which, by the way,
clutch.
The mulch was saved everyone. Like,
yeah,
some pain, because...
And all the dirt on this side of Oklahoma is just red dirt, and it's basically just clay, and it sticks to everything, and it stains your clothes, so that mulch is definitely clutch.
Yeah, you're walking with like 5 pounds extra on your feet.
Look at that. Alex did a jump putt, and his feet didn't even move.
That was awesome.
They're like cemented to the ground. Oh, no.
And Nick with an unfortunate miss there.
Yeah, I mean,
he tapping in for the par.
He played the hole very well and just couldn't quite convert on the end.
Yeah. It's going to be Billy for the birdie. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was for par. Oh, yeah, that's right. His upshot hit the... Yep. But he's still leading the card at 1 under par. This is going to be Coda for the birdie. And he moves to 1 down, tied with Billy.
Yeah, and Alex almost sank that eagle putt, too.
Yeah, that would have been so awesome. That would have been at least 2 strokes on the field.
Oh yeah.
So much danger on that hole.
Yeah, I don't think a single person tooed that hole.
Yeah, I don't think so either, honestly. Yeah. Hole 4, this is a par 3, 444 feet. It kind of is really open initially for the first, I'd say, 280 to 300 feet of the fairway, but then you kind of drop off into this forest, and most of these guys really are just going to be going for a big flex shot and try and crash it in the canopy of the trees as close as they can. This is a very tricky hole.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. You're really just trying to throw it basically at the top of those trees and have it trickle down, hopefully somewhat close to the basket, but that's a pretty long throw.
Yeah.
And Alex is going to be on that left side.
Yeah, that's going to be a tricky spot.
I thought we might be seeing this.
Oh, yeah. Coda with the roller. Sneaks through the tree.
Yeah, fought through a little bit.
And he'll have a long putt for 2 from there. Might have some shrubbery in his way, but...
That's going to be expected on pretty much all these holes.
Yeah, absolutely. And Billy, he's turned this one over a lot, but had some good height on it, and he ends up about pin high, it looks like, and hopefully there's a little lane there to the left of the basket that most of these guys
could fight through.
Yeah.
And Nick just not quite getting the height and crashes down pretty early. Gonna be in a really tough spot.
Nick forced to throw a big Annie.
And that was really good.
That was fantastic from Nick. It's gonna be Coda for the 2. Just laying up for the 3. And this is that little lane I was talking about. And that was just a misrelease from Billy, for sure.
Yeah, and Billy is the local on this card, at least, and he plays his course quite a bit, so He knows all the sneaky lines.
Yep. We got Alex. Taps in for the par.
And Alex is shooting for that Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Like, legit, because he is absolutely crushing. I mean, this is a pro tournament, but this is like one of the few ones he plays in just because he qualified for it. Yeah. So, I mean, he's been playing really, really good golf lately.
Yeah. He's been denying cash for AM Worlds, so but he's absolutely been killing it in the pro field.
Yes.
I mean, he's been placing top 5.
Yeah.
So, see if he can get things going here and maybe forget about that. You know?
Yeah, right.
I mean, coming off the AM win, he's tied for the lead right now. He's fitting in with these guys perfectly.
Yeah,
he's keeping up with them.
He adapts to whoever he's playing with.
Yeah. Hole 5, this is a par 4, 429 feet. It's most of these guys are going to be throwing either a forehand. Ideally, you want to get to the top of this hill and as far up as you can. You can either throw a roller or a forehand to get up there, but from there, you have a somewhat tricky upshot depending on where you're at. There's a little tunnel here up to the basket with pretty low ceilings, so lots of mud as well, so you won't be getting a lot of skips today.
Yeah, I'd almost say it's like absolutely crucial to get up above that hill.
Yeah, absolutely.
To get the 3, because if you're at the bottom, it's so hard to like tell where the basket is exactly, and the angle of the disc coming up, it's just very tricky to get all the way through there.
Yeah, and Alex had a really nice drive, just took a really big skip, and he's going to be on the right side there, a little bit pinched off. He might have to find a little hole in the trees to get to the basket for his birdie. And this is Coda with a really nice looking roller. Got it down really nice angle, and that is turning over really nicely. And,
that was going to be parked.
Yeah, that was going places.
That was going to be parked.
That was ridiculous. If that would have been just a little bit right of that tree, that was under the pin.
Yeah.
Great shot from Coda. But Billy, kind of a fortunate kick there to the left side because there's not as much in the way as that right side there.
And this is an incredibly hard backhand lefty shot with those 2 trees right in the middle of the pad.
Yeah.
Kind of forced to go right of it and hit a really small gap, but I mean, Nick hit it.
Yeah. Here's Billy.
Yeah, and this is the most common play if you're in this position, just going over the top and hopefully crashing down into the basket.
Yep. And he ends up on that right side there. He'll be about 25 feet, maybe 30. Nick's going to try and skip one up there. And that was a good play from Nick. He tried to catch that patch of grass before the mud to get that skip, and he executed that pretty perfectly.
Savage throwing a little forehand skip shot.
And that was fantastic from where he was at. I'm sure the gap was no more than 10 feet wide.
See, whenever I was filming this, I could have sworn Coda was going to try to run that just to be the guy that got the 2 on this hole.
Yeah.
But so early on in the round, there's no need for that.
Yeah. Nick.
Having some putting troubles right now.
Yeah, just a little bit right there. Billy.
There's that rough we were talking about. It's just so hard to putt out of there.
Yeah.
There's no room for your arm to move in a lot of these spots.
Yeah, it's really muddy back there too, so I'm sure his footing wasn't the greatest.
Alex moving to 2 down with that great scramble game.
Yeah, Billy will move down to even. Got Coda tapping in the birdie. That'll move him to 2 under par. Him and Alex are tied.
Yeah, and Coda is a pretty intimidating competitor.
Oh,
especially
absolutely.
in his neck of the woods.
Yeah, it's intimidating for sure. Hole 6. This is a par 3, 288 feet. This is really just a forehand flick. You want to ride that left side and have it skip up to the basket. That's really the only play you're going to see here. The roller is there, but the forehand is just so easy that there's no use in trying to throw a roller.
Yeah, the hole's just too short for the roller. I mean, you could do it, I guess, but since it's kind of downhill towards the end of the fairway, it can get a little sketchy.
Yeah, and Alex actually he had a really good line and almost skipped it in the basket.
Yeah, just slammed into that wood.
If that was 10 feet shorter, that would have maybe hit metal. And Coda going over the top like he does.
Yeah,
That's why I love watching Coda.
'Cause
He just throws those unconventional lines that
he does
nobody
everything.
throws, and he's so good with it. It's great. Billy with a great shot, though. He'll be tapping in the birdie from there.
And Nick's just got a basic backhand hyzer. Needs to hyzer.
And that's just the lefty line right there. But he's still up there. He'll have circle's edge putt. It's going to be Coda from about 40 feet on a knee.
Knowing the Alex's park, too. Needs it.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic putt from Coda.
That was so nice.
Those knee putts are so hard to get the velocity and the spin on the disc.
Yeah, because you can't use your legs.
That's just experience right there.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, the experienced guys just know how to flick it out of their wrist to get that
the velo
momentum, to get to the basket.
Well, Andy has a natural like spin putt anyways, so it's so much easier for compared to other people that do like a push putt to get it there from a knee.
Yeah. Alex tapping in a real nice bird. Him and Coda are tied for the lead right now.
Yes, sir. Billy's still hanging in there. Nick's trying to get that putter going.
Yeah, it's going to be a par for Nick. He will hold that one big.
Nick might be like the biggest goofball of all time, and I absolutely love it.
I
love it.
Nick's awesome, man. Hole 7, this is a par 3, 315 feet. This is
a tough
arguably one of the harder par 3s out here.
Yes.
I mean, as you can see, with all the rain we've been having, there's a lot of water here. They even had to mulch and build a bridge for this, and most of these guys are just going to be throwing a flex shot and try and get to the top of this hill here and lay up for 3, because, I mean, the 2 is so hard to get here.
Yeah, and that water on that left side is casual, so you're either going to be going right in it, like Alex did, or you can play from straight line behind.
Yeah.
Which could be like all the way back to that second tee box, considering the water's just so long down there.
Yeah. And Coda got all the way through there. He'll be able to pitch up for a 3 there pretty easily.
Yeah, I think he's happy with that.
But the 2's definitely not in play where he's at.
And if that was just a tiny bit more right, that could have gotten way up there.
Yeah. I mean, you ideally, to get all the way up to the basket, you have to take something overstable and flex it through
exactly
that
what I
line on
did,
the right. And Nick trying the forehand. He's going to be well short. He'll just be laying up for 3. It's not going to be an easy layup either.
And Alex is just throwing right into jail.
Yeah.
There's not really line there, but it's all he had.
Yeah, when I saw him throwing that line, I was like, where is he throwing?
Yeah.
But he's found the edge of the water there once again, and he's going to have a tricky upshot to save his 3. Or his 4, actually.
And that was actually a really nice shot by Billy. Those little, like, finesse turnover forehand shots are not the easiest things to do.
Yeah. And Nick just threw that one a little bit too wide. He's going to have a tester putt to save his 3. Alex hitting that tiny little window there.
That was really nice.
Really nice from Alex, and he's going to be able to save the 4 from there.
Yeah, nice par putt from Billy.
And Nick,
he's just missing short.
He's scared to putt today.
Yeah, he's just missing short.
He's missing short, yeah. But Alex, bogey's not what you want on that hole, but from where he was at, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Coda makes the par, and he now has a 1-stroke lead over Alex. Nick with an unfortunate bogey as well. Hole 8, this is a par 3. It's 390 feet. As you can see, the gap is so tight for the initial, I'd say, 250 feet of the hole. You really just want to throw something like, I don't know.
Something that you're confident that it'll go straight. I know that.
Yeah, you just want something straight to hit the gap and end up at the top of this hill and give yourself maybe a 60-footer.
This is a bonus birdie because you can absolutely lace your drive and you're still, 60, 70 feet right of the pin.
Yeah.
And then, the pin's on like a hill, so it's not easy to run either.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Coda skipped off the wood there. That was going to be a lot closer, but he just hit that wood on the top perfectly and flare skipped about 100 feet past the basket.
And Billy hitting an early tree. Luckily, he doesn't kick left or right. He still has a pretty wide gap for his second shot.
Yeah.
Alex, on the other hand, is going to be in some trouble.
Yeah. And that's another play you'll see here is the forehand, just straight through the gap. Some people, I know I am, I'm more comfortable throwing a forehand with tight gaps because you're
accuracy,
facing your target just to get across and through the gap, because that is definitely the most difficult feat here on this hole. And Billy just kind of let that one go a little bit early, and he's going to be at the bottom of the hill in that tree.
He's at least in a spot where he can have like a safe run without having to worry about too hard of a comebacker.
Alex, he was not in a good spot.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, he still had to pitch out.
Yep, and he's going to be tapping in for the 4.
And Nick giving that a run.
Yeah. That's a scary run, too.
Well, luckily for him, his putts have been missing low, so it kind of worked out great.
Yeah, true. Coda was actually a lot closer than I thought. I thought I remembered him skipping way past, but he just laid up for the 3. Billy just a little bit low there.
And that would have been a really nice par save.
Yeah. Alex for the bogey. That'll move him back down to 1 under par. Then we got Billy moving back to even. So we got Nick tapping the par as well. He'll stay at 2 big.
Yeah, I'm guessing this hole probably played, what would you say, like 3.4 or something like that?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, there's just so much
maybe
danger
even a little bit higher than
that. Yeah, I mean, that initial gap's so hard to hit. Hole 9, this is a par 3, 215 feet. This is super short. Most of these guys are just going to be throwing a putter or mid-range through this right side gap where the drone's flying, and then you will see the basket tucked here to the left. So as long as you hit the hill about 20 feet short of the basket, it'll slide right up there and give yourself a nice little birdie putt.
Yeah. And yeah, that works out great.
Exactly what you want.
Yeah, if you just get past that tree line, you're almost guaranteed with the birdie.
Yeah.
Assuming you don't go way too far.
And Nick
kind of turned over his forehand. He's going to be about 40 short, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he's at the bottom of the hill there. This is Billy, and he has pulled that one way right.
Yeah, that's 2 bad releases in a row for him.
Yeah, that's not going to be a fun spot. But Alex puts one up there, and he should be able to salvage the birdie from there. Billy with a good run from where he was at.
Come on, Nick.
Hey, he got it higher this time.
He did get. He's making adjustments.
Yeah.
Alex with just such a confident putting stroke always.
Yeah. And for only playing for a year and a half,
It's
he's one of
so
the most
annoying.
confident players on the field. Like,
well, that's what like carries him so far through these tournaments, in my opinion. It's just his confidence.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid of the moment ever.
Yeah. He's got the mental game of like a 10-year player.
Yes.
Like, so good. But that's going to conclude the front 9 of the 41st annual Norman Pro-Am. So far, we got Coda Hatfield leading the pack at 4 under par. Alex Savage, our Am winner of the weekend, making the feature card, is right behind him at 2 under. And then we got Billy Engel at even and Nick Fowble at 2 big. So we'll continue the action with the back 9.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Helps us out a lot. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and we'll see you guys for the back 9.